So what I want to do with these plants is they're overgrown and I want to cut them back pretty hard. These are Camellia sinensis. You see right through here they're kind of getting out of hand. So I'm going to go ahead and take this opportunity to remove some of these larger branches and turn them into a product called Hōjicha. Hōjicha is a process we use some of the older leaves and small stems to, instead of turning them just into green tea, we're going to start with the green tea method, but then we're going to roast them in a dry pan. This roasting method is going to char them and give them more of a burnt coffee, cacao, caramel flavor notes. It's quite a bit different from green tea, but it's still considered a green tea because we're not fermenting them. We're taking green tea leaves and we're charring them. So here's my product that we ended up with, or the amount. You can see some of the stems here. I'll probably get rid of some of these larger pieces, and of course any bug damage I'm going to toss out. I don't want to deal with it. So I removed some of the oldest stems and I'm just going to discard them. If it looked like it was a year old growth, I'm going to get rid of it. Some of the younger growth I'm going to go ahead and keep. So if the stems are real bendy, real green on the inside, I decided to keep them. If they're gray and old and looks like from a year or two ago, I'm going to get rid of that and just toss it. But I'm going to keep a lot of this young stuff. Alright, so next step. To make a green tea, you're going to start with steaming, usually. That's the Japanese method. So we're going to steam the leaves. This is going to stop any enzymatic action from continuing, and that way the leaves don't start to ferment into like a black tea or an oolong. So we're going to steam them just for a minute. Let's get them all in this pot. I didn't quite have the right lid, so we just doubled up on a couple. But you notice they shrunk quite a bit as soon as the steam kicked in. It allowed them to wilt and just soften and fall down. Alright, so this has only been going for a minute or two. I'm not trying to steam them all day. We're not trying to like cook them. We just want to basically kill them. Kill the enzymatic action, the live action from taking place inside the leaves. So this kind of locks in the profile. The enzyme profile, the flavonoids, all those different plant chemicals, kind of locks it in place and keeps it from degrading. So after we do this, we just need to spread these out a little bit. Try to cool them off, dry them off. I'm going to use a few different methods. I'll probably put them in the front of a fan for a little bit. And also I'll put them in the oven on a low setting just to kind of dry them a bit. One of the things I'm happy about Hōjicha is that before I learned about this method, I was just throwing these leaves away. I mean, I was feeding some to the rabbit, and for the most part I was just tossing them because these older leaves are not really ideal for making tea out of. With green tea, you're usually using the young, fresh leaves, the new growth leaves, and these leaves are older. These are older leaves, they're tougher, there's less caffeine in them, and they weren't really ideal for green tea or black tea for that matter. So there was really no use for them, and I didn't know what to do with them. But once I learned about Hōjicha, I said, wow, this is probably came out of basically the need or the desire to turn this unused product, these older leaves, these extra hard trimmings that you needed to do, and actually recoup some of them in a form of a usable product you can take to market or drink yourself. And that's where the roasting comes in, because with Hōjicha you're going to roast these in a pan, and by doing that you're changing the entire structure around. Just like we roast coffee, it turns the product around. How you roast it matters. I'm going to try the dry roasting method in this pan here, in this wok. I initially started with all of the leaves and then quickly decided that I should break this into two different chunks. It was just not progressing in the way I wanted. So I cut them in half and things sped up a little bit from that point. I couldn't quite get a consistent roast. Some pieces were roasting faster than others, and at the end of it I still had some green leaves and then some more blackish brown leaves. Alright, so here we've done 2 separate small batches, and then I've combined them, just do a final roast, trying to get as much of those green ones to turn brown as possible. You may not be able to see this, but there's quite a bit of smoke coming off the pan and those leaves, so you want to stir rapidly at this point. Finally, I'm going to go ahead and spread these out to cool. This is the finished product. This is Hōjicha. This is a leaf Hōjicha, but I'm also going to use some of those small stems. So I took some of the smallest stems and just did them separately because I thought that it would take them a different amount of time, and also having the leaves stuck to the stem prevented the stem from really hitting the heat right. It was lifting it off. The leaf was getting cooked up and the stem was not. So I removed the stems and separated them out so they would sit appropriately. So here's my Hōjicha leaf and Hōjicha stem tea. I'm just going to mix them together now that they're both kind of charred. And let's go ahead and see what happens when we brew a cup of tea up. A little bit of each, a little hot water, so if you guys enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate it if you give me a subscribe. We do a lot of tea videos, a lot of permaculture, outdoor work, plants, animals, mushrooms, you name it. That's what we're into here. So thanks for watching, everybody, and try some Hōjicha.